Next up, we have Hitty Bogelsherman and Coco Harmon. These are the Founder Friday hosts from Longview, Texas. Shout out Texas for having so many active hosts. Kitty, how you guys doing?
Where's Longview, Texas? I don't even know where that is.
Okay, Longview is about 4.5 hours from you, probably.
Okay. Dallas, Houston?
Between Dallas and Shreveport on I-20.
Got it. Okay.
We're deep East Texas.
I love it. I was just reading in The Economist today about how fabulously Dallas is doing. Dallas-Fort Worth is booming.
Yes.
And a lot of people moving their headquarters there. Obviously, Austin is booming with the tech scene, but even like a bunch of financial companies and manufacturing companies are putting their headquarters now, Alex, in Dallas, and they're going to have their own stock market. So how many months have you been doing it? How's it going? You've probably heard the last interview with George. Tell us a little bit about who you are and how it's going.
Well, I'll say thanks to George for being a great host, because Coco and I have actually attended the Austin meetup, and really fun, made incredible connections. Can't say enough good things about that experience. So on our end, which is a little bit of sort of the opposite end of the spectrum, I think we've hosted 4 or 5, and they have been really great. And we've kind of been experimenting because, Jason, you mentioned that being a founder can be lonely.
Yeah.
And I think that isolation factor, it doesn't have to be there, but especially in our community, it's almost like they're founders, but they may not know that they exist like the others exist. And so Founder Friday has given us an opportunity to start finding those people and bringing them into the fold. So it's been going great. And we're really excited to sort of kick off the new year. We had the Longview Economic Development Council's CEO come to our November meeting.
Nice.
Yeah, it was awesome. And he was really excited about it because part of their strategic vision right now includes a real emphasis on innovation, which actually in our area, there's a lot of aerospace opportunity. And so that's kind of random and interesting, but it was really cool to have him there. And we've got some other people like that lined up for January. So I think we're really going to kind of try to take it to the next level in the new year.
Love it. How many people have come and any good discussions?
Absolutely. So we've had between like 4 and 8 people come.
Perfect.
The story we submitted to y'all is, probably a little non-traditional, but so one of our founders, he actually wants to promote an album, but kind of more than just promoting an album. He wants to build community. So his passion is getting like neighbors to know their neighbors again, so to speak. And so he wants to build a community around that using art. And so he is amazingly talented, an incredible musician, but he has almost no experience on the business side of things. And so basically since coming, and he's come to all of them. And so since coming to the first one, he's made so much progress, and he's gotten help with just understanding the barriers to entry on like a website are actually much lower than you would think.
Right.
Yeah,
if you don't, what you don't know, what I find is, somebody might have done 6 hours of research on something and you don't even know what you don't know, but that person's done the 6 hours and they can explain it to you in 60 seconds or 6 minutes. And you're like, by the way, you're building a website, just use Squarespace. Or, oh, you're building that type of website. Oh, there's a vertical provider who does just websites called Motive, and it's for car dealerships. We're investors in that company, as an example. So, if you're a car dealership, there is a solution for you. I found it. I talked to the person there. And so that's, I think, one of the magical things about the format of for founders, by founders, and small groups, because you don't also have to worry about the motivation of the person. They're doing it because they know you as a founder will be able to help them with something. And man, I have seen this over and over. We do jam sessions with our portfolio companies. And my Lord, sometimes they will come together and somebody has a problem, and like 3 out of 10 people in the circle are like, oh, you don't know about X product or service? And they're like, no, I've never heard of this, Stripe you talk of, back in the day, or I've never heard about HubSpot. And they're like, oh, let me show you my HubSpot. And they pop it open and they show them the details, and boom, they're done. So awesome.
Well, what's kind of crazy? You mentioned the founder jam sesh. So Coco and I came to a founder jam sesh, I think last November, actually.
Oh, wow.
The other day, we watched the recording back, just like what actually, what was said then. And we went through, and so many suggestions that the founders had are things that we've now built and implemented and deployed. And just the network building opportunities. I think the other thing is that founders are a certain breed. And like you were also saying about the motivation, very motivated. And it's what they think about 24/7. That's actually part of the isolation too, is because not everybody wants to do that. And so it's like, how do we find friends who also want to do that? And I think that's what you're offering.
Yeah. Well, actually what you're offering. Coco, any highlights for you? And maybe tell us a little bit about your company.
Well, so Kitty and I are co-founders. So we have the same company and we run the Founder
What is
Friday.
the company? We'll give you a little plug here. Yeah. Give us your really simple sentence. Yeah.
Endora, we're mobile games personalized with the photos stored on your phone and designed.
Yes, I remember.
Easy and fun. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. It's such a great idea. And I can see like grandmas and moms and everybody. I'm on a family group thread now that is all the Calacanises and then all the Turchies and the McCabe's, and it just keeps growing. I don't know how many people are on this iMessage thread, but I'm sure that my sister-in-law Dina or my sister-in-law Carrie at some point will submit one of your games to the group chat and everybody will talk about it for a month. It's such a great idea.
We're kind of nerdy about the science of nostalgic reflection.
Yes.
And so it's actually one of the lead researchers in that category is our advisor, and proven to be restorative and expansive in nature. So just by looking back at your photos, it's restorative and that it reduces anxiety, loneliness, and depression. And then it's expansive. And it makes you more creative. It inspires you and motivates you on your future. Actually,
God, I love your idea so much. So nostalgia, Alex, going back with your family and friends and remembering the good times, makes you feel better, and it's restorative. I love that. And it makes you optimistic about the future. So it's one of the things I love about you, Alex, is sometimes I talk about when you first came on the show, or you'll talk about when you were a teenager coming to TechCrunch 50 or something and seeing me on stage or whatever. Nostalgia does do that. It fills your bucket, as I talk to my daughters about. And you know what?
literally warms your body temperature.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
there you have
when
it.
you reach the age of 40, it makes you feel younger. So yeah, for that.
Okay. I haven't hit 40 yet.
It's nice of you to mention that I look younger. Thank you for that.
I'm
Yeah.
very
I thought it was the weight loss, but I think it's all my nostalgia.
Yeah, you must be reflecting.
We would
Yeah.
like to plug that we did compete in a pretty big competition last night here.
Oh,
And we actually won the Investors Award and the Judges Award and $35,000. So we
hey, 35 dime skis? Ooh, yum,
Right.
yum.
code launch.
Is it an investment or is it just free money?
It's an investment, and
good.
it's an accelerator here in Texas, based
Right.
originally out of Frisco, but
What's the terms? Do they give you specific terms or is it like on your next note?
we set the terms.
Oh,
You
cool.
will have the best deal, JCal. But
Oh,
yeah,
good.
at the terms, and yeah, they're really growing. And
Awesome.
last night was their first
What's the name of their of that? Let's give them a plug. Who's the accelerator?
code launch accelerator, and it's a
All right.
product of Improving, which is a software development firm. They've got a presence in Canada, the US, and then all over South America.
Smart move, yeah. If they are building websites for people and apps, they have a vested interest in startups. We have so many of those Latin American dev firms that are really great, have great developers that have helped our startup. So I'm super excited for you all. Founders are mutants, and so they're very strange, Alex, to the rest of the world. But when you get together, it's kind of like, oh yeah, you can make ice, I can make fire, and yeah, I can fly. What do you do? I fly really. I can run really fast, and the mutants just immediately take to each other. And so we call it Founder Fridays. Founderfridays.tech. Go there, sign up. If you want to start your own chapter, I just ask that you have 2 or 3 founders of the chapter, so we don't have the chapter die because one person, I don't know, has life experiences going on. So you have like a little redundancy. I think 3 is the right number. Keep building them. Keep them pure, please. Is all I ask is don't pervert them with, other agendas. Let's keep this pure. 4 founders once a month on the first Friday. We do it the first Friday of every month, right? Is that the rule? But unless it's a holiday, and then we move it to the second Friday. But we wanted to make it easy to remember. First Friday of every month. So I guess it would be December 6th is the next first Friday. Mm-hmm. So hopefully everybody gets that going. And I am super excited. And a quick announcement, I'm going to host all of the Founder Friday hosts for a special barbecue here in Austin if they want to come. So we'll have like an afternoon at the Salt Lick. It's on me. We'll just eat a bunch of barbecue and we'll just have all the hosts meet each other. So it's like all the captains of the mutant super teams will come together at the Salt Lick and eat some. I think they have one or two vegan or vegetarian dishes if you're into such things. But you might need to brown bag
sad if you go to
if you're a vegan or a vegetarian mutant. I can't help you, but you can just bring a brown bag it. Absolutely fantastic. This has been great. I'm so happy for you guys. Congratulations on winning 35 dime skis. That's great. It's going to go a long way. Alex, any further questions or? I
just want to give them a plug. If you want to take a look at what they're building, it's endora.app, ENDORA.app. And I have recently learned the power of nostalgia because my nearly 2-year-old, we make a quarterly book in my family of all of our photos from the last 3 months. And then she carries it around the house and makes you look at all the pictures of her. And she doesn't stop doing this. So I've recently done market research and I agree.
Kids really love our app accidentally. So
love it. All right, keep grinding, and we will see you all next time on This Week in Startups. Bye-bye.